Hello! Welcome to the Second Floor Freak Show. I am your ringmaster. Let me address something up front. I know I look like a magician, okay? I shot for ringmaster, I hit magician. I'm sorry. You can tell that I'm a ringmaster because of my top hat. Only ringmasters are allowed to wear top hats, we all know that. Alright, so let's get started with the show. I am first going to take my mask off. I actually like this top hat. I think it suits me. It's very tall. I have a very long neck, complements it. My neck's not very sightly maybe, but it does help when eating the leaves from the tops of tall trees. Or so I'm told. I think my long neck should help to convince you that I'm qualified to be the ringmaster here, because I think ringmasters should be qualified. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but like ringmasters like typically have like literally no skills. Like they don't really do anything. They kind of just like stand there and point, boss people around who have like real talents and get paid way less than them. Actually, now that I say that out loud, that's kind of just like the norm of modern capitalism. So maybe we should have expected that. Yeah, hopefully either now or by the end of the show, you'll be convinced that I am qualified to be your ringmaster. It should be pretty obvious just from looking at me. I look kind of like an alien that's really trying so desperately to look like a human. Like, I look like human skin stretched over something that's almost the shape of a person. Yeah, so let's get started with the actual show. Freak show. Freak show. What to talk about in a freak show? Horse girls get a lot of shit, huh? Yeah, and honestly, I think a lot of it's unwarranted. I really do. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with riding horses. But I think a lot of it is also very warranted. For example, I saw a TikTok just the other day, and it was this girl. She was standing there by a horse, and the text at first said, I used to be the weird horse girl in high school. And then she, starts getting on the horse. The text changes to, but now everyone wishes they were my horse. Well, I think I figured out why you were the weird horse girl in high school. Did you expect high schoolers to just overlook bestiality? You expect them just to not care about that? That's like probably the coolest shit they've ever, they're like, I would make fun of that all day. I guess like, she probably just like, got tired. She thought it was like a waste of time to like look for a dude who's like hung like a horse when she's like, I got a horse back in the barn like right now, like it's real. I think her dad and I'm assuming they're farmers. I just am. I think her dad when her dad makes like a corn maze, like it's not just some like autumn fun. It's to like hide his centaur grandson from the world and from polite society. All right, speaking of abominations who should be hidden from polite society, our first freak tonight is Lazarus Lungs. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, sick. So you guys can see my face. What's up? How we doing tonight, guys? Yes, I am Carter Lazarus Lungs Miller. I received that name because no matter how much shit I put into my lungs, somehow they're still kicking. Somehow they're still keeping me alive. Yeah, all my friends know, a lot of people that know me know I'm a big smoker, I'm a big stoner. I dabble in cigs, but that's only when I'm drunk. The one person in my life that doesn't know I'm a smoker, though, is my doctor, which is really unfortunate every time I go into the visits. Because there are like 3 stages of like connection you have with your doctor. First, when you tell them you're sexually active. Second, when you tell them you drink. And I'm over 21, so that's like easy now. We got past that stage. And then obviously the third one, when you tell them you're a smoker. And I haven't yet. And I don't know why. I'm a little nervous. Like, as far as my doctor's concerned, I'm 22 years, full pink, like, healthy-ass lungs, not a single bit of tar built up in there. And it's gonna be really awkward, really unfortunate when I have to break the news to him that I have lung disease. It's gonna be a real role reversal. Walk into the doctor's office, hey, sit down, buddy, I've got some bad news to tell you. Yeah. 3 inches of plaque, and you're gonna have to fix it for me. Yeah, he's not gonna like that news. My mom recently got into the medical field. She went back to school. Yeah, shout out Marjorie. Let's hear it for her. She went back to school and got her degree in nursing. Real proud of her. It was tough though when she was going to the school at the same time as me, because we'd get home on breaks and she'd be like, oh, I've got a 98 in all my classes. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to tell you about my C's get degrees then. Am I the runt of the family? But yeah, no, my mom, she started working nights at hospitals now, which honestly, power to her, because sleep is one of my favorite things, and I could not imagine the schedule she's going through. And there's only like 2 people I know that actually work nights, and that's my mom and my drug dealer. Respect the hell out of both of them. The grind goes hard. I really can't think of a difference between the 2 of them, besides the fact, or besides how I text them, how I interact with them over text. My mom will send me like, oh, good morning, how's your day going? And I'll be like, shut up. Why are you talking to me right now? My drug dealer will be like, hey, here's your tracking number for your £quarter coming in the mail. I'll be like, yeah, dude, respect the grind. Goat emoji, 100 emoji, keep it real, brother. Saw that motorcycle accident you got in last week? Hope you're feeling better, homie. Love that last shit you sent me. Yeah. My drug dealer's a real homie. I had another joke I was going to tell there about my mom. I forget it now. I don't know what joke I was going to tell. So we're just going to say, I don't wash fruit. I think washing fruit is a waste of time. I judge if I'm going to wash a fruit based on how long it's going to take me to then eat said fruit, which gets real complicated when it gets down into the like nitty-gritty bits of it. Because if I'm eating, like if I'm picking a couple grapes off the bushel, not gonna wash them. Each grape takes 0.2 seconds to eat, not worth it to wash. However, if I get a full bushel, then I'm gonna wash it. Apples, who even knows? Hold on, let me look real quick. I've got funnier shit than this. Yeah, I'm just gonna start admitting things I do and see if you guys do it too. I don't wipe up water when I spill it on the ground. I think that's a disrespect to evaporation. It's been around way longer than me, and goddamn, that thing works hard. The regular thing is like, yeah, you can wipe it up with your sock, but fuck that. I'm not getting wet socks, so like you think I care that much? I think God works in mysterious ways. Who here believes in karma? Karma, eye for an eye, yeah. Well, oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Do you guys ever kill your mom out of spite? Like, you know when you were in elementary school and you'd be like fighting with another kid and you'd be like, you've got a stupid face, and they'd be like, your mom has a stupid face, and then you'd be like, my mom's dead, and they'd be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I did that. My sophomore year, I was hooking up with this girl for a bit, and it was cold outside the morning after, and she wanted a sweatshirt. So I gave her my sweatshirt, and then she proceeded to try and ghost me and take my sweatshirt. One, what the fuck's up with that? why have I talked to like several girls who say that their goal throughout college is to collect pieces of men's clothing, as many as they can? Like, that's fucked up. But this girl would not give me my sweatshirt back. I texted her several times, invited her to a couple parties, said, bring my sweatshirt next time you come. She never did. And one day, it was a Wawa sweatshirt, by the way. Shout out Wawa, Sheets his ass. And I really wanted that sweatshirt back because it was one of my favorite sweatshirts. So one day I was in class and I texted her and I said, I'm leaving class in 10 minutes. I will be outside your apartment. I want my sweatshirt back or else. Gave her an ultimatum right there. And I went over to her apartment, texted her I was outside, and this girl had the nerve not only to ghost me for a month, but then send her friend down to give me the sweatshirt. She didn't even face me herself. Like, she didn't hand it to me herself. So I was like, that's fucked up. You deserve a mom killing right now. And I sent her the text, do you even know why I wanted that sweatshirt back? She goes, what? And I said, yeah, that was the last sweatshirt my mom ever gave me before she died! She's dead now, my mom! She's dead! And she goes, if I knew that, I would have given it back. I was like, it's my sweatshirt, that shouldn't matter. And she believed my mom was dead for a very long time. I saw her a couple times after, never broke the lie. Every time I'd be like, oh, Gigi, listen to this. And then last year happened, and I went to a Halloween party over at my friend's house. And I walk in, and who should I see sitting on the couch next to a very long-term family friend of mine, but Sweatshirt Girl. And then what conversation did they have 5 minutes before I got to the party? But he informed her that my mom is in fact still alive and breathing. That was an awkward conversation. She goes, oh yeah, you guys were roommates with Carter before. And he goes, yeah. She goes, oh, I was really sad to hear what happened to his mom. He goes, what the hell happened to his mom? I saw her last weekend. He goes, unless you're seeing ghosts, she's dead. But yeah, I walked in that party and she immediately started screaming at me. And she left. She left eventually. I got the last laugh though. She ended up getting kicked out of her sorority for fighting some girl. So I think I'm the better person. Now back to karma. Karma, yeah. So I believe in karma. I also believe I fart a lot. And I think God hit me hard with karma by giving me hemorrhoids every now and then. Joke's on him though. The farts tickle the hemorrhoids. Look at you, God. You thought you were fucking me up? No way. I got nothing else to say. I've been Lazarus Lungs. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Lazarus Lungs. I'm gonna talk again. I think technology is making us all a bit of freaks. You know, I feel like we could do with a little bit less technology. For example, like I think I could do without like face unlock technology. Because without that, I could have gone my entire life without knowing that my computer thinks I'm ugly. Instead, I have to live with that because it does. It thinks I'm ugly. I can log into my computer with Windows Hello. It scans my face, make sure I'm wearing the correct skin suit to be seen with that computer, and it gets me in there. But the thing is, if I look good, it doesn't work. I'll get up, I'll be feeling great in the morning. You know, I'll take a shower, wash my face. You know, my hair's looking good. I go to log in my computer and it'll just stare at me for like 20 seconds and be like, can't recognize you, use your PIN. I'm like, that's weird, so I'll close it and I'll go back up, try again, you know, still doesn't work. fine, log in, and then completely separate occasion, you know, I'll look like absolute dog shit. Like I got disheveled hair, I got huge bags under my eyes, you know, horrible lighting, and it gets me in there so fast. Like the fastest security check in history. We're talking like white woman at the airport. Yeah. Another thing is my phone. My phone thinks that I'm sad. And you know, it's right, but like it's still mean to point it out. Like if I call someone and it rings too many times, like it's continuing ringing, my phone will like come up with a little message that says, the contact might not be near the phone right now. As if it like knows that they're just ignoring me and it just wants to make me feel better. Yeah, it's bad. It's like, yeah, this person who has like who'd have like a panic attack if they didn't check their phone every 15 minutes. It's just not near their phone. Sorry. It's kind of like being like, oh, I'm sure your dad just got caught in some traffic on his way back from the gas station 20 years ago. Speaking of people whose dads probably walked out on them, next we have Brian the Broken.
What's up, everybody? Hey, what a great night. It's been a long semester, man. It really has. I'm so ready for Thanksgiving. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited for Thanksgiving too because my family, we have this really fun tradition that we do every year, where like every year, my uncles will ask me if I have a girlfriend yet, and I tell them no. And every year, they ask why, because they're nosy like that. So I have to think of an excuse that makes me seem normal. So I'll be like, oh, it's just because, you know, I just don't really have the time for it, you know? I'm just really busy. Even though clearly I have fucking plenty of free time. I'm fucking wasting my time doing comedy right now. It's the reason why I don't have a girlfriend is because I'm a fucking freak. That's why this is a freak show. But yeah, that's why. And, you know, speaking of, yeah, Carter was talking about telling the doctor all those intimate things. You know, whenever my doctor asks, yo, are you sexually active? I'll be like, not as much as I fucking want to, bro. You wanna fucking, you know, give me some tips out here? We're spinning game. As you guys can tell, I'm not very good at that. It's rough out here, man. It's scary. Talking to girls is so scary, man. I don't know why. It's so intimidating. Talking to a really hot girl is like talking to a three-headed dragon that breathes fire. I don't know why it's like that though. Like, the fuck's gonna happen? What are they gonna do? Beat the shit out of me? If they did that, that would be kind of hot. So fuck it, I have nothing to lose. Nothing to fucking lose. Anyways, speaking of this shit, you know, this is kind of why, bro, I just feel so, like, connected with lesbians. I fucking just love lesbians. They're so awesome because, like, I feel like they just get me and I get them. Because, like, I know, like, all of us, we all know just how difficult it is to convince a woman to have sex with you. It's fucking tough out here, man. Think about this, guys. There's literally been entire books written on how to convince a woman to have sex with you, right? There's books out there, fucking online courses, people pay thousands of dollars for and shit. There's nothing like that to teach you how to convince men to have sex with you, though. Did you guys ever notice that one? Men, bro, just give us a fucking hole to stick our dicks in, we're like, fuck it. Because a mouth is a mouth, am I right? Fuck yeah. Anyways, isn't it so messed up how divided we are as a country? I feel like they try to divide us over some new shit every day, right? One day it's race, the next day it's gender, the next day it's fucking whether or not you think a hot dog's a sandwich. The next day it's fucking whether your dick bends left or right, or it doesn't at all. They just find new shit to divide us over, and it's fucked. Guys, make some noise if you're against division. Yeah. Who's not clapping? Anyone who's not clapping, your silence is deafening. But yeah, fuck division. It's fucked up, especially when you consider that as human beings, guys, we're all way more similar than we are different, okay? We really are. I feel like we're all just so connected. I feel so spiritual with you guys. We're all so connected, guys. Here's something that connects all human beings on the earth. Literally, every single person on the planet. Literally, every single one. Every single person you could go up to them, and if you ask them whether or not they enjoy having a mouth around their genitals, they'll tell you, yeah, bro, I fucking love that shit. It's fucking great. No one's gonna say, I don't fucking like that shit. Nobody. And I think it's kind of fucked up. You know, our society's going downhill nowadays, because guess what? Nowadays, everyone wants to get head, but nobody wants to give it. And that's why we need more podcasts like Call Her Daddy. Okay, we need that shit. I first found out about the Call Her Daddy podcast. I was just chilling at home one day, right? Had to drive somewhere. So I get in the car, turn it on. That's how the car goes. And all of a sudden I hear these two girls who like, they have some like really like hot ass voices. I'm like, damn, okay, what's up? And like they're like giving a tutorial on how to suck dick or something. I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on? I look to like you know, the fucking screen in the car, and it's connected to my sister's Bluetooth in the house. And it was rough, you know? Next time I saw her, it's kind of awkward. Because like, she knew that I knew that she was listening to that, and like, I knew that she knew that I knew. And it was just awkward, but it was alright. It didn't really ruin our relationship or anything, because it's just fucking Call Her Daddy, like who gives a fuck? I can only imagine though, if she had heard the shit, the like deep, dark, and just demented shit that I watch, if I fucking was still connected to the Bluetooth, you know? That fucking disgusting shit I watch. Bro, if she had fucking seen that, no lie, our family would be fucking broken up, to be honest. It would be fucking terrible. It's a good thing that I know to turn the fucking Bluetooth off, guys. When I'm watching porn, bro, I turn Bluetooth off, you know, no one's hearing that shit. I'm not connected to any other devices. Bro, fuck it, I turn the Wi-Fi off, to be honest with you guys. Because I'm not trying to leave a trace. I don't give a fuck if I have to watch this shit in 720p. Sometimes it can only do like 340p. I'm like, fuck it, bro. Because I'm not staying connected to the Wi-Fi right now. Even though it doesn't make a difference, because guess what? When I be watching that shit on LTE, like, bro, they're still keeping some algorithm of it. They're still keeping some algorithm, because, like, no lie, bro, when I go to the home page, like, after I've cleared my history, my cookies, and all my shit. And I go to the home page, and it's like fucking showing the same videos I was watching a week ago. I'm like, what's going on? They're fucking pulling some shit, guys. Anyways, as you guys can tell, I don't have a girlfriend. But yeah, this is fucking why. But yeah, it's like, guys, I just want you guys to know, like, they have all your shit. Like, they have literally everything you've ever searched for on the internet. They got that shit in some database. Now, what would you guys do if they were gonna release everybody's internet history? What would you guys do? Would anyone here be happy about that?
No.
Good. Same, man, same. Because it would be fucked up. But guess what? They're never gonna do that shit. Because if they were gonna do that shit, like I was saying before, they're trying to divide us, bro. That shit would fucking unite us, bro. If they were gonna fucking release our shit, we would all be fucking in the streets, fucking arm in arm, locked together, fucking chanting. Bro, I'd fucking storm the Capitol, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If they're gonna release my internet history, because they can't do that shit. They can't do that shit, man. I don't know, I feel like that's probably a generational thing of not wanting your internet history released. Because if you ask my dad, he'd be like, dude, I don't fucking care. I haven't searched up anything crazy on there, you know? That's because, you know, my dad, he doesn't know how to find this fucking disgusting ass shit online, you know? My dad doesn't know how to find fucking torture porn. But guess what? If he did know how to find it, he'd fucking find it. He'd be like, damn, yo, this shit's nuts, bro. This shit is crazy. He'd be like, fuck, bro. Guys, I don't fucking watch that, by the way. I wish you guys, that was just for the bit. Okay? Anyways, guys, hey, appreciate all y'all coming out. That's all I got. Fucking make some noise for yourself.
Let's hear it for Brian the Broken again. I feel like he really lived up to his name on that one. Another thing that makes me a bit of a freak is I've been eating vegetarian for a while. You can clap now, thank you. Yes, please celebrate me. Yeah, and like the thing is, like it's harder than I thought, and it's not because I miss meat. I don't. It's that like people can't help but try to force meat upon a vegetarian. Like it's off. They feel like they have to like break you, you know? They have to like get you to fail on something you're committed to, just so they can, you know, like feel better about having no like values of self-control or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they try to like force on you. It's such a switch too. Like one day I'm just chilling doing my thing. The next day I say to one person one time, hey, I think I'm gonna make this vegetarian thing official. And then after that, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's like, oh, I can't believe you can't have this. Oh, you've got to try this. Oh, one bite's not gonna kill you. It's like, I don't know why you care so much about me eating meat, you know? So yeah, I have that. The other thing is that that I didn't expect when switching to vegetarian is like people ask me like where I get my like vitamins and shit. Like I had someone ask me the other day like how do you get your protein? I was like, yo, how do you get your fucking vitamin A? Like you literally just eat like tacos and grilled chicken halal. I don't know what you and so like the other thing I feel like needs to be said is that like eating ass doesn't count. Okay? That's how you get hepatitis A through E, not vitamins A through E. Okay? I feel like just like some people need to hear that. Speaking of people who need to hear that, we have our next freak has a lot of crazy abilities and skills. We have our own resident superhero. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard that, I said that wrong, okay. We have our own resident super senior.
Fifth year's the best year.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's a story about my little brother picking his pants. Remember a little while back, we were going on a road trip. We were driving to the beach, and we were at that part of the trip, and the car starts going pretty bad, and my mom goes, dude, someone fart. My little brother goes, not quite. And my mom goes, what do you mean? And he started to cry. So she was like, oh, good expense. I remember when Carter was talking about like dead parents and dead moms. Remember, I worked at a summer camp this summer, and there was this one kid. I remember I watched him like fight, and this kid goes, that kid said that he fucked my dad. And I was like, okay. And he was like, my dad's dead. And I was like, and he started like shaking, and I was like, I'm not equipped to deal with this. And so I just walked away. I don't know what he could do with himself. I'll figure it out eventually. And then like a little while later, I saw like, he would just like be like arguing with kids, and he would like say at any point to try like when the argument, like he would be like some kid would be like, you're a doo-doo head. And he would be like, my dad's dead. And like he would be like, okay, like I'm not really sure, like if that's your excuse, like that's really doing it. Alright, I'll tell this story real quick. I didn't find any of this. Alright, so I remember like a little while back when I was in high school, me and my friend Sam, we would go to the library after school. And before we go to the library, we like to get snacks and stuff. And so I remember one time we were at the convenience store, we're looking through the aisles, picking out snacks. And Sam gets some snacks, and he starts looking a little pale, and he goes, hey, Nick, can you hold this for me real quick? I gotta go to the bathroom. I was like, okay. So there's the bathroom, a couple minutes go by. Comes back out, he's like, dude, that was the weirdest bathroom ever. Okay, whatever. And like, some employee walks back there, and she goes, oh my god, someone pooped in the sink. He goes, hey, we gotta go. Okay, so I remember on that same trip, whenever my little brother pooped his pants on the way, that was a bad omen for this trip. I remember I was, we're at the boardwalk, and I had to go to the bathroom, so I just ran to this restaurant, and I had to go super, super bad myself. This is the second poop story ever. But I remember I went into the bathroom, or I went to the bathroom, and I saw that the men's room was closed, and I was like, dude, I really gotta go. And I was like, oh, there's no one in my women's room. I knocked on the door to make sure no one's in there. No one's in there, so I run in, do my business, and I come out, and now there's a line for the women's room. And there was some lady in line. I remember she turns to her kids and she goes, well, I guess that's becoming more common. And I said, whoa, that's homophobic. I didn't say that. I was so embarrassed. I didn't say anything. You like long walks on the beach? You can figure their songs. I use them on Tinder a lot. Hasn't worked once. Let me see real quick. Have any of you guys, how many people here before have been to a show before that we've done? Just clap real quick. Son of a bitch, you guys might realize that I'm retelling jokes. Let's see if you guys like this one second time. No, never mind, I haven't used this one before. I like to say cracking some cold ones with the boys when I'm making eggs with my friends. Speaking of eggs, tonight I was cooking ramen. You know, there's you can crack an egg in your ramen. It's supposed to be a fancy way of making your soup. Then you have your ramen, there's an egg in it, and I don't know, it's authentic or something. And tonight I was like, oh, you know what? I bet I could make a new recipe. Because you're cracking it, it's a poster. And I was like, you know what would be sick? I was like, I stir it in there, and then you have a nice eggy consistency throughout the soup whenever you make ramen. And then I made it, and I just had boiled scrambled eggs. And I did not finish them. I'm thinking of a scenario. So let's say I'm in a room with a friend, and some guy walks in that doesn't look anything like me. And I go, oh my God, it's my evil twin. And the friend goes, well, but he looks nothing like you. And I go, it's my evil fraternal twin. That's really quick, this is something I always think every time I walk on stage when I take the mask off. I'm always thinking, because you guys have you heard of mask fishing?
Yeah.
Thanks. That's the idea of whenever you have a mask on and you're like, oh, she looks really hot, and you take your mask off and you're like, I was wrong. And I'm just part of me is I'm every time I go on stage, I'm like, you know, it'd be really sweet if it was the opposite. I go on stage and they're like, I know, it's kind of cute, and I take off my mask and I'm like, oh my God, he is so handsome. Judging by your laughter, I don't think that's how it is. I'm just kidding. You guys can think I'm cute. Clap if you think I'm cute. That felt good. Alright, I don't know, this is going nowhere, so I think I should start playing guitar now. Owen told me that we were supposed to have a freak show thing, and I was like, I can play guitar, and he was like, that's not a freak show thing, and I was like, I know, I'm going for sex appeal. So here's me playing guitar for, I don't know, I'm gonna make it up and see what happens.
Yeah.
I dropped it on purpose. Let's see. Oh, fuck, I should have done the joke version, and then do But I make good sexy face. Play Wonderwall. Do you want to hear it? Sing along if you know the words. Alright, I should probably get out of here. Alright, thank you guys. Son of a bitch.
Let's hear it again for our super senior mate. So next up, we're gonna take a break from the laughs. You're not gonna want to be laughing at this this next act. This is purely an act of wonder, an act of awe. You're gonna be sitting there in dazed surprise at how amazing this is. Okay. So next up, we're gonna have Stickball Billy.
Hey everybody, I'm Stickball Billy. This is my stickball. My pa gave me this for killing my twin brother in single combat. Woo! My mom said not to come home, so I got you here for 5 minutes. Woo! Oh, I did it again. Look at that. Woo! Can you pass me that, please? Thank you. Well, my stickball broke, but I can still perform tricks. Oh, almost got it. Here we go. Oh! Let's see if I can do it again. Oh! Look at that. Oh! All right, everybody. Now I am going to perform the most difficult stickball trick in existence. It's called the flop, the quad flippity flop. All right, everybody, here we go. Oh my gosh, look over there. I did it. Look, everybody, I did it. Whoa. My pants fell down. Oh, sorry. I'm just Stickball Billy. All right, everybody, now I'm gonna lead y'all in a little song, a little sing-along. You can sing along if you know the words, okay? Come on, everybody, I know you know the words. All right, everybody, thank you very much.
Yay. Sorry about that. Usually he's much better than that. He will be properly treated for wasting y'all's time. So in order to cleanse our powers from that let me take you back in time, way back, like middle school, elementary school. Do you remember how Wikipedia was like one of the 7 deadly sins in middle school? Like it was like every middle school teacher's like worst nightmare. Have one child get one piece of information from Wikipedia. They're like, you cannot use Wikipedia. Meanwhile, if you cited like some blog from some random ass dude, where like it was on a website that also like had advertisements for downloading free RAM, like that's a pristine source. Like that's perfectly fine as long as it's not Wikipedia. Yeah, it's super weird. It's kind of like Wikipedia was like the porn of middle school. It's strange. And if you're out there thinking, no, porn was the porn of middle school, I'm sorry you had a shit childhood. Speaking of people who watched a lot of porn in middle school, we have our token Asian.
Thank you. I had to go to the bathroom earlier. I peed all over my foods. Cause like sometimes you really want to pee and like your dick turns into like a sprinkler. Does anyone here know like their Hogwarts houses? I'm like a big Harry Potter fan. So I'm a Slytherin, which means that my qualities include ambitious, cunning, and resourceful. And I feel that that's just a British way of saying I'm a cunt. So I'm pretty offended by that. And my Patronus is a dolphin, which I feel is pretty accurate because I'm very horny and I have a really big dick, just like a dolphin. I was watching The Human Centipede the other day for the first time. It was a lot sexier than I thought it would be. I mean, it turns out I was just watching porn where they're eating each other's asses out. Kind of hot. So, I feel like I always have a weird relationship with God or whoever is upstairs. My mom called me last week. She said that she met a guy and then he was like apparently possessed or something by God, and he was telling her about all the kinds of family drama that like he would never know about. And then my mom said that he said something about me too, and so I just asked her, "Oh, what did you hear? Did he tell you that I like to suck dick?" Because I haven't told you anything. I know that I'm not a religious person, but that doesn't mean like Jesus had to like come out for me for some reason. Like I don't think my biggest enemy will become, the God. But I feel like even if they know that I'm gay, I feel like there are probably worse things that I could be, right? I mean, it's not the most terrible thing to be gay. Like I could be a serial killer. Like I could be from New Jersey or like Alabama or somewhere where they like fuck each other's cousins for fun. Or like I could be like a double like thing. I could be a serial killer from New Jersey. But sometimes I feel like a pretty horrible person because also like I like to over prepare stuff. So sometimes at night when I couldn't sleep, I would just imagine going to someone's funeral, someone that I know, and which is pretty bad. Cause obviously I don't wish death upon them, but like so like I would just stop talking about that actually. But like what would I wear, right? Should I wear like all black, or like what was like eulogies in movie are like pretty moving, and I don't think they practice that. Just like they don't just go on fly. So I'm pretty sure I have to think about what I have to say, what I gotta wear, and like, all that stuff. So, what is my next joke? I get really sick of the Capital One ads, because at the end of every ad, they say that what's in your wallet. And there's nothing in my wallet for you to see, sir. Please stop trying to take my money. But also that reminds me of like when people try to flirt with me online. Like some guys will say like, "Oh, why don't you show me what I can't see?" I'm like, "What do you mean, my bank account?" Or like when I go to a job interview, they have me fill out a form, and like it has to say like, "What do you identify as now?" Because like people are more like woke or whatever. So usually I just check, like I just make my own box because I identify as poor. Why do we only have limited blue flavors? I feel like we only have like fruit flavors. And if we had a chocolate flavored lube, I would just suck so much more dicks. We can send people to the moon. And why does my dick still taste like strawberry? I feel like the quickest way to test out if you're a gay is to go to a fraternity to join fraternity, because I feel like it's just full of, sexually confused men who like probably pretend they enjoy the taste of pussy until they're 40 years old and they're creepy. And this went a lot better than I thought it would be. So thank you, guys. Like that.
Let's hear it one more time for this occasion. Mom really needs to hear it. All right, so I've got one more freak story for you tonight. I was on Instagram. I saw someone post about how they were, I guess, retiring from soccer or something. It was a big long caption, you know, thanking everyone in their journey or whatever. And then it had like a line that really like caught my eye. It was like, I feel so blessed that Jesus died so that I could play soccer all this time. I was like, I mean, I didn't read the Bible, but like, I'm pretty sure that's not what the whole Jesus dying thing was about. Like, I'm just picturing like Jesus up on the cross, like he's taking his like last breath. All I want is for wealthy high school students to play soccer. And then he just kicks it. He just dies. Yeah. I don't know. If I were Jesus, and I'm not saying that I am, but I'm also not saying that I'm not related to God, I would be pretty affected by that. Because, like, you go and die, like, to, you know, forgive, like, the, like, fundamentally flawed, like, nature of human beings or something like that. Whatever they say so they can touch little boys. And then 2,000 years later, you just got some Zoomer, like, yo, it's high-key lit that Jesus just like yeeted himself on the cross so that I could full send my soccer career right up to the community college level. Anyway, speaking of disgraces before God, we have our final freak tonight, Regular Quinn.
Hey guys. What? What are you looking at? What are you laughing? How about the Stickball Billy guy? I heard he has a 12-inch penis. Just a rumor. I don't know. Anyways, has anyone here ever worked in food service? How many of you worked in food service? It is fucking bonkers in there. It is insane. If you ever want to feel like pretty average, pretty normal, you can work in food service because they just find the craziest batshit crazy people and they throw them in there for some reason. I'll give you an example. I had a coworker named David one time, and to let you picture David here. He had a gap in his teeth that could fit like a small to medium-sized dick, like just about that size. It was perfectly circular, so like that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyways, David, he was an interesting guy. I got there on my first day, and I mean it's not a hard job, but I'm standing there putting mayo on buns and stuff, and this dude is working like someone has a fucking gun to his head. He is like flipping the burgers and fucking like making the fries and eating the fries, so I'm looking. I mean I'm obviously like staring at him a little bit, and then he glances over and shit his little eyes. Catches me staring. Don't look at me like that. I say, well, David, what are you, fucking on something right now? And without skipping a beat, this guy goes, 3 taps, why? Anyways, I mean, at least he's honest. Someone who's not honest is me. I'm not honest. I'm actually a pathological liar. And people say, Quinn, why do you lie all the time? Why do you lie to people? And I say, because it makes my life interesting. It makes things more fun. I find it especially fun for messing with, you know, those like icebreaker questions. I always lie on those because I think it's funny. Someone will ask, hey Quinn, where are you from? And I'll say Canada. And I'm from Hershey, but I say Canada. And so my professor will ask me that, and I'll be like, it's like, tell him the lie and everything. And then I go home for winter break, and I forget about the lie I told. So my professor comes up to me again and he goes, well, Quinn, I'm glad to have you in my class. I hope you have fun in Canada. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I don't live in fucking Canada. And then I realized, but I don't say that to him. No, because I realized, and I'm like, oh, I did lie about that. I remember now. And it's even more fun then because I get to gaslight him. I get to make him think he's crazy. I'm like, Professor, I don't think you're talking to me. And that's the truth. So, and then yeah, a little fun time. Did someone say Tinder? Of course. No? Okay, well, let me tell you something about Tinder. So, for those of you that don't know, I play this little, it's unrelated to stickball, but it's called kendama, and it's similar, but it has like other cups on the sides. It's nothing like stickball. But, so, I don't have anyone to play kendama with. It's kind of sad. But, so I started using Tinder to recruit people to play kendama with, because that's what a normal person does. And I found that there's two ways that girls will, that they'll react whenever I tell them about kendama. The first one, they say, oh, that's cool. And then they unadd me because kendama's fucking insane. And I understand. They want a man, and I play with a little wooden toy. So it's like, it's understandable. But the second way is what pisses me off. And the second one is where they show a little interest. They're like, oh, that's cool. You should teach me a trick. You should teach me one. And I'm like, that gets me fucking going, because I'm like, oh sweet, fucking kendama club meets on Mondays or Wednesdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. You'll come in, we'll get you a starter kendama, fucking get you going on cups and stuff, and then they do a 180 on me. They're like, they don't expect me to fucking do that, and then yeah, I'm like, what? Jennifer? What are you doing fucking teasing me like this? I'm trying to find people to fucking play with my wooden stick toy with. Not my stick, but my wooden toy. And you're just fucking, you're leading me on. But anyways, for those of you that didn't know, I am actually Stickball Billy. This is my alter ego. I'm schizophrenic. Alright, that's all I've got. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it one more time for regular Quinn and all of our